Hi there, Delete the Age here. Recently, I was given access to the Shadowlands beta. I took my friend Jarv, who mains Warlock and who I do a lot of keys with, on a test spin of the new Affliction Warlock, so we could take a look and provide some information to you. Because who wants to go into the Shadowlands knowing nothing at all? Now, in the next scene, you're going to see quickly pass by the talent build that we picked. I apologize, I forgot to record that longer, so it will be short, but I'll just go over it with you now. So, we're going to go with Drain Soul, Siphon Life, Burning Rush, Phantom Singularity, Howl of Terror, Haunt, and Dark Soul Misery. This should be the upcoming standard build for the Affliction Warlock.
That's cool.
Alright, so Strengths of the Necrolord. Fresh Craft is basically a shield.
Yeah. And I think you can buff
Decimating
it to
Bolt
make
is
it
gonna
like a
be-
CC immunity in some way. Maybe with a conduit or some shit. I don't understand yet.
I don't know how about that right now.
Yeah, but Decimating Bolt is the fun part.
Is this the Covenant that you're thinking of going?
Yeah, it's
Alright, so we'll go back to this one.
okay.
Let's go to General
It's
Draven.
gonna be like Necrolord is gonna be the play for PvE, but I think it's gonna be not the play for PvP, which pisses me off. I think Venthyr is gonna be the play for PvP, and possibly Mythic Plus. I think that impending catastrophe is actually looking pretty good for Mythic Plus, and it brings a cool, like, big
you,
AOE plus.
Are you seeing the
utility of
tooltip
those
right now
curses.
for Impending Catastrophe?
Yeah. It sounds rad. I mean, it sounds like it could do big AOE damage and put relevant curses up on enemies. Like that's pretty cool. Depending on how impactful curses are.
Alright, let me show you the door first. The channel.
Yeah, dude. DoorDash
And then
looks
it's on
dope.
a minute
I wanna
cooldown.
I want to see it though. So you cast it, and okay, it's just a circle on the ground, and then you go right there. Cool. So yeah, as a warlock, you're gonna have some fun tricks there, because you'll be able to use your gateway, you'll be able to use your demonic circle in any spec, and then you'll always get that. Maybe that DoorDash too. Nice. Yeah. So what that ability is supposed to do is it's supposed to put. I don't know how smart it's going to be, but it's going to put Curse of Weakness or Curse of Tongues on whatever it hits. So like if it's smart enough to put Curse of Tongues on caster mobs and Curse of Weakness on melee mobs, then that would be really cool. I don't know how meaningful that's going to be in keys or raid, you know?
Yeah.
In keys, like we've never had curses before. Are they all of a sudden going to be like a necessity to weaken targets or to make cast times longer? Like, kind of don't think so, but maybe in some scenarios.
Alright, so that was a look at the... whatever the fuck they're called. I can't remember right now.
The vamps.
Yeah, the Vampire Boys.
Yeah.
Here's Night Fae. So I like Soul Shape a lot. I think that's probably the most impactful of all the movement abilities or
That's the,
secondary abilities that they grant.
Okay, yeah, that's the cute little fox teleport thing.
Yeah, I'm going to show you why it's so useful in a second. But take a read at Soul Rot. So you'll get a mass drain life from this one, which seems kind of cool.
But you have to cast this first.
Yeah. Right.
It applies a dot to nearby targets. Wonder how close they have to be, and then your Drain Soul hits all those targets for 8 seconds. Kind of cool. I bet that would be neat as like a warlock tank kind of thing in Battlegrounds. It seems pretty worthless in PvE. Yeah. Okay. It's cute, but I don't know. I think it's pretty worthless in PvE. You're never really casting Drain Life. I mean, okay, so
Alright.
if it synergizes, there's a open up your talent book real quick because this could be cool. Let's test this actually.
Sure.
So open up your talent book and then choose fucking Inevitable Demise on the first row. And what that'll do is it'll let you, so just throw up an agony on all 3 of those targets. And then what you're going to do is you're going to wait for your buff to stack up to the max, which I think is 50 stacks. Oh, so okay, yeah. What I'll have you do next time is get those agony or ID stacks as high as they can go. So you're building stacks right now. You see it on your buff bar. Once that hits the max, I think it's 50, unless it changed.
I don't see it going above 10 right now.
No, I'm looking at your buff stacks. You're building up stacks of
okay.
ID. And that's going to increase the damage of your next Drain Life that you cast. So what I want to see is if you get that thing maxed and then do a Soul Rot into Drain Life, I want to see how hard that Drain Life ticks, because that could be cool synergy. And that could be something to consider in Mythic Plus.
Oh, there we go. Got the 15. So, boom. Let's hit this. Boom.
And then hit Drain Life a couple more times after it goes away so that we can see. Because, like, that was ticking. That was crit ticking for, like, 2,700 damage each tick. And a normal Drain Life is going to do, like, 200 damage. Practically nothing. So Drain Life isn't something that you cast for damage unless you have that talent, and unless you're min-maxing that talent.
Yeah, it did 16.8k.
Right, but the only time it mattered was when you cast it with full ID stacks right after that Soul Rot. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, so you could gimmick the shit out of that by doing your normal rotation, and then once you hit 50 stacks, then you need to think about Soul Rot into Drain Life. Kind of cool.
Yep. All right, let's go.
I hadn't really seen that ability before, so that was neat.
Yeah, it could have potential for things in Mythic Plus for sure.
Yeah, but probably not over Necro.
I don't think so either.
Or even Venthyr.
Alright, so the Steward... I've noticed that the Steward does different things in different places. Like, I was out in the world, in the Bastion Zone when I first got it, and it let me, like, reset my talents while I was just walking around and sell shit and buy shit. So it's kind of a weird little thingy-mabob. But here we go. Scouring Tithe. Let's see what this does. That's pretty cool. We'll get 5 soul shards if it kills the enemy.
Oh, yeah.
And it refreshes.
It's an extra dot. It's such a long cast time.
1.9 seconds?
Yeah, man. I mean, your haste is already something that feels bad. 2-second cast just for another dot. It's like you don't have time. As an Affliction Lock, you don't have time for all those globals as is. Like,
alright, here's the Swolkin. He'll automatically come over and give you the vial.
that just happens. Like, you don't have to be in combat.
Yeah.
Oh, did you have to push that button though for that to happen?
No, well, I pushed the button to summon him, so he's on a 5-minute cooldown.
Yeah.
So he shows up. And then
he
here's
just
the only things that he can do
the-
right now is sell some shit for you and play you a song.
Nice.
Like, I don't know, super stupid in my opinion. Alright, so let's see what this Scouring Tide thing does. It's on it for 16 seconds.
The only thing that I like about that is the fact that it's arcane. It's a different school of magic. It gives you something different. The damage is completely underwhelming though. Like the fact that it's an execute kind of thing, or not an execute, but a...
Oh, but look, it refreshes if it doesn't kill it. So it just came back.
Wait, what?
So it lasts on it for 16 seconds, and if it doesn't kill it, it automatically resets. Watch the timer over here.
Oh, the cooldown on the ability resets.
Yeah.
I get you. Yeah, it's too much. Like, there's too many dots that you're managing already, and then you're adding this other one that's arcane damage, which is awkward. Yeah, I think I hate it. It's
I want to see
it's
how much
kind of cool.
damage it did.
It's terrible. I can see it ticking. It's awful.
Second highest amount of damage so far.
What? Maybe that's just because you're casting it the most.
I only casted
Weird.
it twice. No, actually only one cast from the dot. That doesn't make sense. I definitely casted it more than once.
Oh, normally that's minimum, maximum. Whoa, what? That's such a huge array. Minimum. I was seeing the 200-ish ticks at first, but it was ticking normal for up to 1,000. I don't know why.
It seems pretty strong. Let's reset this. Let's do this again.
Yeah, interesting.
Alright, let's do a normal opener. Get this, that. Bang, bang, boom. Get that up. Second one of those. Pop some cooldowns. Play with the tithe. Start refreshing some dots. Almost out of souls. Okay. Okay, it came back up. Let's cast it again.
Nice. Yeah, damage is looking good. It's a decent duration dot too, I guess.
Yeah.
I could see it working better with without using Siphon Life. Siphon Life is a talent that's like kind of the purely single target spec,
Yeah.
but it's that extra global, and baking that into your rotation every 12 seconds is hard.
Alright, let's let these dots wear off now.
Adding even another, yeah, that's rough.
Oh, we didn't even have the pet attacking either, too, so damage could have been a little bit higher.
Yeah.
Let's take a peek. Third highest amount of damage. 3 casts.
Weird. Yeah, it's just got such a large array. Can you hover over that tooltip one more time for me? I'm so confused about why it does so little damage sometimes, but it hits really hard other times. This is just a tick.
Yeah.
Oh. No, I get it. So it hits for like 1,000 when you cast it,
Yeah.
and then it leaves a dot that ticks for like 200 and crits for like 400.
Yeah.
I get it now. Okay.
Alright,
So
satisfied with a look at that
for
one?
1,000. Yeah. I think it's trash.
He's trash.
Yeah.
I liked it, personally. I thought it felt great casting it and getting recasts on it.
With a different spec, it might work better, but it's going to be way too many things to track and manage in your rotation by adding that to it, especially the fact that it's got a cast time.
So this is
You've already
Fleshcraft.
got 1 casted dot and 5 instant cast dots.
So Fleshcraft without a dead creature near it, that's the base damage it'll prevent. Shield lasts for 2 minutes or until damage expires, obviously.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
let's
so
see,
is
our
it
decimating
25% of your HP? Is that what it's supposed to be? Or 20%?
20%.
20%, yeah. Cool. That's nice. Yeah, and I think there's some cool upgrades you could do for that. Damn, yeah, dude. Decimating Bolt looks fun. That's definitely the one.
Yeah, it definitely makes your Drain Soul very strong.
Yeah. Well, and your Drain Soul's utility is to generate shards and buff your dots, right? Like, hover over to the Drain Soul tooltip for me real quick. because that's what's leaving that Shadow Embrace stack debuff on your target. Yeah, just over Drain Soul. There you go.
Alright, let's try
And
this
that's
out.
also your execute, right? So your goal there would be to like Decimating Bolt right at that or right before that 20% mark, and then get some really big executes. Nice. That's pretty cool.
This feels good.
Yeah, it looks good. This is the play, dude. I mean, fuck, it's just so awkward for PvP.
Oh
Don't
no, an
like
emergency, got our Fleshcraft.
Yeah, no, but Fleshcraft can be kicked. And that's really bad because it's Shadow, and all of your other spells are Shadow. So you're going to get kicked on Fleshcraft in PvP, and then you're not going to be able to cast anything else. That part of it's going to feel really dumb. Which is why I really don't like it for player versus player. It's the play for PvE though. I'm feeling pretty sure of it now. Like, I've already seen enough before this, and like watching you fuck around with it, it's the right move. Venthyr would be cool for PvP and also viable for PvE, but this is definitely the play for PvE.
Yeah, alright, so what I was just trying to do right now was just to see if I can get the cooldown and the usage from the charges to synergize within the rotation and see if there's any wasted time. So even with me doing it slowly and not really using any of the speed cooldowns to cast faster, Decimating Bolt came back up with like 4 seconds to spare after using the last charge. So that's pretty good. You'll be able to sneak it back into rotation pretty easily and pretty reliably.
It seems that way, yeah.
Now let's take a look at all the damage.
Dude, oh man, I wish I could get my hands on this.
Well, looking at the meter right now and what you know from playing Warlock for so long, does this feel like it's a good
I have no idea.
spread of damage?
I mean, because Malefic Rapture is new.
Yeah.
Like, Malefic Rapture is your top damage and it's brand new.
Yeah.
So, I cannot speak to that, unfortunately.
But I'm saying, compared to how you're doing damage in BFA right now, does this feel like it's something that's more impactful to play compared to your other spells that you have in your existing kit right now?
Yeah, I mean, right now it's UA spam. So it's changing quite drastically, the feel and the rotation of Affliction. Because, like, I'm casting UA all the fucking time as an Affliction block in raids right now.
Yeah.
And in this new version of it, you're only casting it when it's about to expire. You're not stacking it, you're not spreading it on multiple targets, it's on your primary target and that's it. And it's a duration debuff that you refresh toward the end. I mean, I think the spec it feels cool, and like Malefic Rapture is really strong, and it synergizes well with Decimating Bolt. Drain Soul is cool. Your instant cast dots are super underwhelming.
Yeah.
I think as a dot class, it feels bad when your 3 instant cast dots do only 5% of your damage each. Like,
yeah.
You have damage coming from a lot of different sources, so maybe that's unreasonable to ask for, but especially in PvP, what I've noticed is that those instant cast dots, they're required for your damage, but they just don't feel like they do much at all, man. Like, it doesn't feel good casting them because they're not showing you big numbers.
Gotcha.
It's a part of your baked-in damage, but it's not. It doesn't feel good yet. I hope they buff that or change it in some way that like that makes you feel like you're getting more value out of keeping your dots up because you're a dot class.
Yeah. So this might also comfort you a bit in how things look. So base armor 138. You don't really have anything too crazy. Critical strike's only 12%. Haste is 7%.
Oh yeah, the haste is
Mastery's
awful.
40, and then the verse is 2%. So this is like as shitty as it comes. Does this
Yeah.
mastery look the same as your current mastery, or has it been changed?
Yeah, mastery's always inflated, and then the actual tooltip for mastery, the only thing that's different is that they added Malefic Rapture into this.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't in there in V1, and for a short time there, since Seed of Corruption is in there, like there was a short period of time where like you would cast Seed as a filler in AoE situations.
Yeah.
But I think the fact that Malefic Rapture is now benefiting from Mastery means that it's better damage overall to cast that single target spender than it is to
But if you were
try to cleave with Seed.
If you were building a gear set right now, you don't want to go over 25% mastery because there's diminishing returns above 25%. So you can go over it and be okay with it, but like you don't want to stack nothing but mastery. So like the set gear that they're giving you over here is kind of fucking you in a way, because if you had mixed matched pieces, had some more crit, had some more haste, you would see this class performing completely differently. And that's one of the complaints that I actually have about this beta testing in general, is that they're going to give you a gear set that's feels to me in a lot of cases that whoever tossed these sets together in the development team didn't know like what was actually going on with the stat redistribution or how stats even work with a lot of these classes.
Is that PvP gear that you're in?
I think it's all PvE. So, to sum up the video, it appears that the Venthyr Covenant provides a good opportunity for PvP play. The Knife A Covenant provides a unique utility that may work in Mythic Plus, but seems to be really difficult to pull off successfully, and may not be worthwhile compared to other towns. The Kyrian presents something that seems to be a very strong single target. It will require adding an additional dot to your rotation, but it's one that I feel is very easily managed. And then going over to the Necrolords seems to be our top performing talent. Should perform exceptionally well in Raid, and should perform pretty well on boss fights in Mythic Plus, and as well as probably on some trash fights too. So, looks like that's going to be your Covenant winner. I hope this video helped you make a decision, and I hope to see a lot of Affliction Warlocks come the next 2 years, because I haven't played Lock in years, but that was the most fun I've had playing a Lock in a long time. It's quite enjoyable. So, 2 big thumbs up from Delete DH.